Hey guys, you're back through to the Dyslexic Entrepreneur. You've managed to catch me on the boat edition. I'm still on the boat. Um, my video today, it's the continued version of the one I did previously about budgeting. So what I wanted you to grasp before is just that really basic amount that you owe every month, an amount coming in every month. So you average out your earnings. Does it meet this? Hopefully it meets, right? So what we're going to cover today is that what we're covering today is that this number, what your average earnings every month, is going to be bigger than this number, which is your bills, which is fantastic. That's where every entrepreneur wants to be, all right? So we're literally going to look at this and we're just going to throw that out. We're just going to go, we're not looking at that today. We're just looking at this, right? I'm going to keep it because I just want to keep it super basic, alright? Because whether you're dyslexic or you're not dyslexic, keeping shit simple, especially in business, is the easiest way of explaining things and the easiest way of dealing with things, alright? So what I'm going to say is that we had 500 bills a month. That was £500 worth, right? And our total average income was 1,000, okay? So we've thrown that away and we've got £500 left, okay? Now, what you need to now do as a business owner, as a responsible business owner, right, is you need to figure out where this £500 goes. Now, you can save it. That's absolutely fine. You can save it for a rainy day. And if you haven't got a contingency plan or a rainy day fund, that's where this should probably go, right? If you do have a rainy day fund, you do have a contingency plan, you've essentially got £500 to play with. Hopefully, it's £500 on a monthly basis, right? But what you also want to do, and I was so guilty of this at the beginning, it was unreal how guilty of this I was at the beginning, right? Take a wage out of what you're fucking doing, alright? Take a wage. If you do a job, it's so easy to pay the staff, pay your materials, pay the bills, pay this, pay that, blah, 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 blah. It's you who fucking suffers at the end. You're the one who sat there like, I feel like I'm broke as fuck all the time and I just don't know why. So make sure that, let's say you've got this £500 left over and you haven't had a wage in a month. That £500 is your £500 and you take it without guilt. You take it because it's your fucking business and you deserve it. Alright? But let's say you have been doing that. Let's say you've been taking your appropriate amount that you should take out. Again, speak to a tax person, speak to an accountant about that. If you're a limited company, it's going to be different than if you're a self-employed sole trader, okay? If you don't know what I mean by that, I'm going to do another video on how to set up and what to set up as, alright? Might even do it after this video. But if you're unsure, basically if you're in a limited company, just be a bit careful. You're going to get hit with corporation tax, and there's kind of sneakier ways around not paying tax on that. All right, so that's for a whole nother video. All right, but let's just say you've got £500 left over. You've got some wages in the bank. You're looking sweet. You're looking fly. That's what this video is about now. All right. So what you need to do as a responsible business owner is look through what needs attention. All right. Is it your staff that need attention? Right? Do your staff need sending on courses, or are they okay? Is the area that they work in a bit fucking shambolic, and you need to spend a bit of money on making that nice for them? You've got to look after your staff. You've got to look after the people around you. I've noticed that before. I hope the people who have worked for me would say that I look after them. Some of them won't. Some of them think I'm a cunt, but shouldn't have said that. Some of them think I'm a wanker. But some I would like to think that, especially the ones I've got at the moment, would like to think I look after them as much as I can, alright? So have a little look. Maybe they need sending on courses. Maybe a bit of a sprucing up of the area they work in would, boost morale. If that isn't needed, don't worry about it. It's cool. You've got to then kind of figure out, like I said, where in the business that money needs to go, right? So one of the things I would recommend is marketing and advertising. I've recently gone on our hut business, especially. I've gone on an absolute like rinse on the marketing and advertising, and I tell you what, it is fucking paid off. It is like, it's one of those stupid things where wherever you focus your energy, things will happen, whether it's good or bad. If you focus your energy on doing bad things are going to happen. I know it sounds a bit woo-woo, but if you focus on doing good things, you put all your focus on doing good things. Like I've been focusing on just marketing. And do you know what's happened? We're getting loads of orders of huts. It's really weird, isn't it? You know, you put loads of effort into telling people how amazing your huts are, you're getting loads of hut orders. So I'd always recommend marketing. Marketing and sales, it always brings money in, and like we said previously about cash flow, you want money coming in because money's going out, so that helps cash flow. So I definitely recommend marketing. The other things you might want to look at is uniform. Do your employees wear a uniform? Do you wear a uniform? Like, I'm quite strict on uniform. I watched Charlie Mullins. If you're an entrepreneur and you've not heard of Charlie Mullins, go and watch his stuff. He basically revolutionised how plumbing was carried out all over the UK, but like in London especially. Like, he made sure all his guys wore uniform. They turned up, they behaved a certain way. You know, when you had a Plimco plumber, you knew what you were going to get. And I've tried to do that with my guys. Like, make sure they're always in uniform. Make sure they're presenting the company properly. That's really, it's very important to me. It might not be important to you, but it might be an idea to work towards it, right? If you're on your own and you're like a one-man band, if you're a fucking cleaner, like if you're an entrepreneurial cleaner, like turning up in a uniform, it just looks so much baller, it looks so much better than like these fucking chumps who are turning up. Like, I'd say what, when I'm stood at Screwfix and I see some fucking, I was near to drop a C-bomb then, some turd turn up and they got fucking, I haven't even got steel toe caps on, they got fucking some Adidas on, tracky bottoms and some worn out tee. I just think, fuck me, if you turned up to do work on my house, I would send you away straight away. I'd just be like, sorry mate, don't want you to do the job. I'd rather find someone who looks the part to actually do the job. You might be fantastic, but you just don't look the part. So yeah, just like a bit of a tip from me. If you're and again, like, this is one of those things, like I spent it cost a couple £100 to get uniforms sorted out. I did it quite early on, like even when I could barely afford it. I did it quite early on because in my head I was like, I could change the game, but I could kind of change the game here a little bit, like make sure that everybody who works for me looks smart, looks presentable, turns up and is polite, all that kind of shit that you just like, that is gone from the trades a bit, you know. Like whenever customers come in to see our huts, we don't really have a showroom, but I'll invite people in to see our huts, and whenever they come in, like obviously before they come in, I tell the guys best fucking behaviour. They're always on best behaviour, but I'll give them a little come on best behaviour. But they all look the part. We've all got like Pine Tree Carpenter t-shirts and jumpers on, you know, like we look like we're a unified team. We don't look like, you know, some fucking bums that have just chucked on some old manky work gear to like, what should we do? So, well, let's go put that hut together. Like, no, we look like we're there to do a fucking job, and that's what we are there for. We're there to do a fucking job. So that's my little rant on uniforms. All right. You might want to invest in some new tech in terms of like a phone or like a iPad or like a PC. Like, people don't appreciate that. Like, look, the term entrepreneur has got so sexy, it's got so like fucking glammed up that everybody thinks it's some cunt behind a computer all the time. Like, they don't appreciate that. Like, if you follow my Instagram, like, you don't appreciate that sometimes you're up a ladder with a pole clearing shit out of a drain. You're still an entrepreneur, you're still a businessman, but you're doing that instead. Like, not every entrepreneur is on a computer all day thinking up brand new amazing ideas that are going to change the world. Like, the original term of entrepreneur is a French word that means middleman. All right, so the idea is that the original idea is that you're like buying stuff and then you're selling it for a profit. but the term's been completely bastardized in the modern era. But like, that's what I was saying earlier. If you're a fucking cleaner and you're on your own, you're going around it like, and you've got a uniform on, you're an entrepreneur. Start thinking like that. You're not a cleaner, you know, like you're not whatever your job is. Like if you're working for yourself, think I'm an entrepreneur. I'm a fucking entrepreneur. But anyway, back to the tech stuff. You might want to buy yourself some new tech. I had to do it. I had a broke ass phone for fucking ages, and then I went and got like a nice new iPhone, and I got an iPad. And my next thing is now, next time we do like a big job, I'll probably end up getting like a nice laptop so I can do work on. But you might well look at tech. The other thing is you might well look at better premises if that's applicable to you. Obviously £500 a month ain't gonna do anything on better premises, but it might be like, oh, that £500 we could save up and do a better premises. The other thing that I would say is the most important thing in all businesses, every single fucking business in the entire world, the most important thing in it is you. You're the most important thing in it, right? So like, I have never, and I have never spent a penny on like a physical course on myself, like learning how to manage, doing all that kind of stuff, like those kinds of things. And like, it's definitely something I'm gonna do next time we do a budget. I can figure out how much like I've got left over, and I'm gonna go and do a course on whatever it is, you know, like learning how to manage teams better, or learning how to budget better, or learn how to do fucking YouTube better. But spend a bit of money on you, like even if it's like books. If you're not like at that level of like going on courses, even if it's just like buying books or buying audio books or doing things like that, spend a bit of money on you, alright? You are the business at the end of the day. You are the fucking brains behind it, alright? So make sure that you're spending money on you, alright? So, yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with this. Like, with that budgeting, like I said before, you just need to get your head around what's coming in, what's going out, what's coming in, what's going out, and what you got left over. Once you've got left over, you can then start thinking about putting it in different places and doing different things with it. But you just got to make sure the basics are covered. Okay? Go back and see my other video about basics. But look, you beautiful people, that was my kind of like continued version of budgeting. All right. Please give me a bit of feedback on it. Like, do you need more? Do I need to explain it more? Like, yeah, just tell me if there's more stuff you need. Just on budgeting, actually, just one quick one. If you are VAT registered, don't fucking dip into your VAT money. Get it and put it somewhere else so you don't dip into it. Because I dipped into it previously. Without even knowing about it, really. It was just me being an idiot, and then all of a sudden I was like, oh shit, like I've spent the VAT money owed back, and it kind of fucks you up a little bit, because you think you've got more than you have, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh shit, I owe this amount of money, and you got to give it back, and you're like, oh fuck. So, but that's a conversation for the VAT video that I'll do at fucking some point. But anyway, guys, I hope you're good. Listen, if you're dyslexic or not dyslexic, please keep watching my videos. It's dyslexic_entrepreneur on Instagram. Follow me. I'll drop little entrepreneurial nuggets of gold there. And yeah, like I said, you don't have to be dyslexic to listen to me, but it does help. It does help, because I am kind of helping dyslexics out. So I hope you guys are cool, and I'm looking forward to hearing some of your feedback on this one. All right, peace, guys.